Hello, this is Tony Hiller from RealClimateScience.com. The National Climate Assessment shows that there's been a large increase in burn acreage in the United States since 1983. They want people to believe that this increase in burn acreage is due to an increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere caused by the burning of fossil fuels. In this short video, I'm going to show you how they constructed this graph. Burn acreage in the United States is down more than 90% since pre-industrial times, when carbon dioxide levels were below 300 parts per million. Burn acreage is also down more than 80% since the 1930s. This 1945 pamphlet from the U.S. Forest Service said, "Every year more than 200,000 fires burn and sear the forests of the United States. Every year an average of 31 million acres of forest land is burned over, an area larger than the state of New York." Now I'm going to show you the steps which they went through in order to create this graph. This is the complete data set going back to 1926 with a linear trend line drawn through it. Note that there's been a sharp decline in burn acreage over the last few years, and this year was one of the lowest on record. So if we want to create a fake graph like the one in the National Climate Assessment, the first thing we have to do is cut off all the data after 2020. After doing that, we no longer have the decline after the year 2020. Next step is to cut off all of the information prior to 1983. Now we have a nice linear trend upwards, but this still isn't very good propaganda. So the next step is to change the scale of the y-axis. Now the people in the National Climate Assessment have some good propaganda which they can use to mislead the public. We have successfully recreated the propaganda in the National Climate Assessment. The authors have succeeded in misinforming and misleading the American people about forest fires in the United States. All of these graphs in the National Climate Assessment have cherry-picked time periods or are based on fake data. This is a tweet from a lead author of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report. She said, "We have one single mission, one single job at this point, and it's to stop the fossil fuel industry." And if that means making up completely fake and misleading graphs, that's exactly what they're going to do. Toto has been pulling back the curtain on the climate scam for more than 15 years. You can visit him and his family on the web at realclimatescience.com.